What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Miami, you guys. This is season 6, episode 3, you guys. The episode is titled Loose Lips. Loose Lips Sink Ships is what it should have been called. Before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss The Real Housewives of Miami. All right, you guys, so you may notice that it is a little bit darker and that I have my glasses on, you guys, but I was on my lunch break when I first started the intro of the video, and I was like, oh, I don't know if you got time for this. So I went back to work, so we're back now, and we are going to wrap up The Real Housewives of Miami, you guys. Now, we'll start up with Lisa. So Lisa, in this episode, I really feel bad for Lisa with the stuff that she's going through with Lenny. Lenny is a complete piece of shit, right? But I also will say, in the same respect, when it comes to Lisa, I do wonder, how long is Jody going to stay around and continuously listen to Lisa complain to him about the things that Lenny is doing to her? I don't think that man, I think he might love Lisa, right? He might even care for Lisa, but I don't think that he's going to want to continuously sit around and be her personal therapist when it comes to her situation, her relationship, or lack thereof with Lenny. So in this episode, we see as she's talking to Jody and she's telling Jody that Lenny is taking the car from her. And so this is the only car that she has. And I think that that is a dick move for Lenny to want to take the vehicle from her. So that way, because what is she supposed to do for she and the kids? How was she supposed to get around and do things? Lenny is trying to cut Lisa off at the knees, basically. And so, like I said, I just don't know how long Jody is going to continuously sit around and listen to Lisa talk about Lenny. Then she told Jody, I don't know if I heard this correctly, and I could have been wrong, but it sounded like to me that Lenny wants for his girlfriend to come and spend the night at the house because he's still staying there. I would have been like, you bring that bitch to my house. You and her are going to be going to the morgue and matching bags. So they're going to be putting you guys in side-by-side plots. Like, Lenny would kiss, I would tell Lenny, old turtle-looking ass, to kiss my ass. Like, seriously, Lisa is a better person than I could ever be, because there's just no way that I would seriously deal with the bullshit that Lenny is trying to put her through. And then we saw her later in the episode. Her son looks exactly like Lenny. And I also find it odd with Lenny that you're treating her like shit, but you guys have children together. And I know that you guys, with your children, you guys went through the process of IVF. So I don't understand why he went through the process with her and then get to this point. Like, it's just very, very odd to me. Like, you chose to have children with her. Like, this isn't something that you said, okay, you guys were doing a do one night and she up and got pregnant. It was, you guys went through the process of creating embryos and implanting them into her body. So I just find it so incredibly fascinating. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. She did have dinner with her kids and her son. Oof. Oh, I also forgot to mention that she said that Lenny told her that one day the kids are going to see the real her and they won't pick her. I was like, are you serious? Look at, they can just pull up these last season of Real Housewives of Miami and see how you treated their mother. And I doubt they'll go for you, you little ugly Ninja Turtle. But let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, guys, so next up, I want to briefly talk about Gertie. So Gertie was out with Russell, and you guys know Gertie revealed that she has breast cancer. Now, when it came down to their sons, Gertie wasn't the one that told their sons. It was actually Russell. Because Gertie didn't think she could get a grip on her emotions when telling them. Because Russell, she said, had told her at one point, like, not to cry when they talked to the boys. But they did. She didn't talk to him. Russell talked to the boys and told them about it. She says that one of the sons asked, is it contagious, right? And so he went to the website to see how to break the news to him. And so he did that. And so Russell was also telling Gertie that, it was his job to be by her side. And she was like, no, Russell, you have your life to live. But he's like, I'm gonna be there for you 100%. And I love that I like Gertie and I like Russell. I think that they're, okay, they're a great couple. What I will say about Miami, I've watched Miami from season 1 up until currently, right? And I will say that with the original Real Housewives of Miami, I like that one, but I love this one, and I love the additions of Gertie. I love the addition of Nicole, and I also love the addition of Julia. Now I know that there are people out there that are not the biggest fans of Julia. It is what it is. I fucks with Julia, and it is what it is. But let's pause here and move forward, you guys. Speaking of Julia, let's knock Julia out the way, you guys. So you guys know Julia's storyline this season is that she's going to be singing opera, right? Now, the reason that she's learning opera is because of Martina. So you guys remember, Martina had breast cancer and throat cancer, and you guys know that she's since beaten both cancers, right? So Martina loves opera, and then Julia said that when Martina was going through her treatments that she was listening to some opera music, and there's one particular song that Martina loves. So that's why she is doing opera. She wants to learn this song. And so she's going to have a party for Martina, and she's going to perform the song for Martina. And I was like, oh, that's very sweet. So she's also on the phone with Julia, not Julia, but Gertie at the same time, right? And so Gertie was talking about meeting up with Julia and Martina so that way, she can pick Martina's ear about what, to expect with this upcoming journey that she's about to embark on, right? And we also find out that at the party that Julia is going to be having, Adriana is going to be playing the piano, and so Julia is going to be singing. Then we do see Julia and Martina, so they're having lunch, and this is when Gertie's going to be meeting them. But prior to Gertie getting there, Martina told Julia that she failed to recognize the end of her treatments, right? And I was like, oh, so this is what it is. I don't know how I feel about this because I feel like Julia should have said something to her, but I guess what Julia is trying to do is trying to make it a surprise and just have everybody that loves she and Martina come together, celebrate Martina at the end of this journey. So I kind of get it, but hopefully in the end, Martina is happy. I do hope that. And so she said that Julia didn't say anything. And like I said, I put two and two together. I'm like, Julia didn't say anything because Julia is planning this party. So Gertie joined them, and Martina was telling her how when she went through her treatment, she did cancer and she did radiation and chemotherapy together. And I was like, oh, wow, those are both poisons to the body. I know that makes you sick and very ill. And also Gertie asked about, her, libido, was it there? And, she said it was still there. And it's very interesting because if you guys watch the show on OWN, Love and Marriage Huntsville, there's a person on there by the name of Kimmy. She lost her libido, and her husband, we ain't even gonna delve into him, but she lost her libido, but she says that she's fine. Now with Gertie is just thinking that it's gonna be radiation, but she said when she went in to talk to the doctor, they did mention chemo, right? And like I said, chemo is pumping poison into your body. You have to pump that in there to get rid of the cancerous cells. And like I said, we found out last week at BravoCon that she is cancer free. So we got to give a big round of applause to our girl Gertie. But let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, Dr. Nicole. Baby, if Dr. Nicole don't make me do anything, she makes me realize how broke I really am. So she and Anthony, and I said it last season, and I'm gonna say it again this season. I absolutely love Dr. Nicole and I love Anthony, right? So for me personally, I'm gonna hope and pray that with Dr. Nicole and Anthony, that everything is above law, right? I don't want no situation like Tom and Erica Girardi over on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't want years later for people to say, oh, so he was flaunting out his wealth on TV, but him and his wife, but I don't think so. He's an attorney and she is a doctor. So I think that they're both fine, right? And they are rich, bitch, when I tell you. So, she tells us that they have a Riva. And I guess a Riva, I didn't realize what a Riva was, but it's a boat. And so they're looking for a second one. And so they started looking at these boats, and the man told them that the asking price for one was $8.8 million, and another one was $11 million. I was like, well, God damn, how much money do y'all got? Like, I was just sitting there looking like, how much money do they have to even together? I know she's well off because I know like I said, she's a doctor. Now she's on the Real Housewives of Miami. Like, whew. And then remember last season when Alexia got mad at her when she put out that black card, baby, Alexia wishes she could. Alexia wishes she could. Ooh, I was just like, damn. So they're also talking about trying for baby number 2, and you guys know that they are currently pregnant. So once again, congratulations to them. They also talked about they want to make at this time they weren't pregnant. So Nicole is like, well, I'm 39 and we're getting older. So, your sperm count and eggs, they decrease as you get older, right? And, why did I want to say Lenny? Anthony was like, oh, his swimmers are fine, right? So she was like, so how long do we want to try? Do we want to try for 6 months? And then if nothing happens by 6 months, do we want to talk to the doctor? She said, yeah, we can do that. After that, we see Nicole and she's talking to her mom. And so the new house, you guys remember, they are renovating their new home. And so Nicole said that the contractors told her it would be about 9 months before they get into the house. But Anthony feels like they can get in the house by December, which December is in a few weeks. So we shall see. But she is enjoying the condo that they're living in. And once again, the properties that they have, money upon money upon money upon money. That is wealth, 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 wealth. And it just makes me realize what a broke bitch I am. After that, her mom talked about them having baby number 2, and then they talked about the wedding. So at this point, Dr. Nicole is not really 100% just looking to walk down the aisle just yet. And I'm fine with that. I really am. If it's, if what's working if they are happy with how they are right now, what does a piece of paper do? And she made a very, very, very valid point, right? Because she was talking about, because her mom was like, in Florida, if you're not married, then you're not really protected. And she was like, but look at Lisa. Lisa got married and her husband is trying to screw her over. Like, a piece of paper doesn't mean that you're going to be protected. I was like, exactly. Just because you're married to someone doesn't mean anything. And the thing with Lisa is Lisa signed a prenup, and we don't know what's in Lisa's prenup. Whew. I hope she didn't sign away like getting spousal support or even alimony or something like that. I hope she didn't. Like, I don't know, you guys. We'll talk about it in the comment section, you guys. But let's pause here and wrap up the episode. Now, you guys, we picked up the episode where we last left off, and that was with that insensitive ass Larsa Pippen. Larsa got on my motherfucking nerves in this episode, you guys. So Gertie, remember, Larsa was being an asshole to Gertie, and Gertie just blurted it out. I have breast cancer. What? How do you know? How do you know, Gertie? How do you know, Gertie? Gertie, how do you know? How do you know, Gertie? How do you know? Like, bitch, she went and got a mammogram, you dumbass. How the fuck else would you know that you have breast cancer? You go and get the testing. Larsa is a dingbat, and I just don't like Larsa. And then Larsa tried to make it, once again, Larsa is worse than Dorit. Larsa made this all about her. Well, Gertie, I didn't know. So you can't what are you talking about, lady? Just say, you know what? I am so sorry, Gertie. Is there anything that you need from me? Like, if you need me, call me. Something like that. But Larsa is all about self, and she's very insensitive. Like, I saw earlier this week that she was upset because Marcus has a picture of Julia in his phone. Julia, who is in a whole lesbian relationship. Larsa, I don't think she wants that dumb goof troop, but it is what it is, right? So Gertie asked Larsa, can you keep this to yourself? You're the fourth person in this group to know, and I need to tell the other girls, right? She said, okay, cool, I got it. But then she made a joke when they left about calling TMZ. I was like, girl, too soon. Now, 6 hours later, literally 6 hours later, we're at Lars's house. So she's telling her friend, you guys remember Xana? We met Xana, what, season 4, I believe, of Miami? So she's telling her and another friend that she sat down with Gertie, and Gertie told her she has breast cancer. I was like, you fucking moron. That's not your business to tell. So the girl starts showing up for this stupid ass party from Marcus, right? And she's talking about how they're dressed and how ridiculous Lisa looks with her dressed like Jody. I'm like, girl, she don't look no more ridiculous than you throwing a party for a man that you just saw 3 to 5 days ago. The dick can't be that good. So when everybody sat down, she once again blurted it out. She told them she sat down with Gertie, and Gertie told her she has breast cancer. I was like, you bitch. You fucking, oh Jesus. Why would you do that? That was not your business to tell. I feel so bad for Gertie, and I feel like that's why Gertie and Lars are going to be into it this season, because that moron went out and told somebody's business that wasn't hers. So then Alexia and Todd showed up, and I was like, wait a minute. Alexia and Todd showed up together? And so Todd is saying the reason why he didn't come to the party that Alexia had is because of Adriana. And I was like, that's very interesting, because he said Adriana was talking about his stepson. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about what Adriana said last season when they were on vacation, when Adriana said, like Frankie's accident. I know that's what he's talking about. Like I've said plenty of times before, Alexia and Todd really annoy my spirit. I don't like either one of them. I can do without seeing either one of them on my television screen. Now, Larsa is going to be having a charity basketball event, right? And it's for Make-A-Wish. And so she's telling all the ladies about it. We find out that Lisa wants to have a fragrance line and that she's working on. And like I said previously about Lisa and her boyfriend, Lisa, I really need you to stop talking to Jody about your relationship with Lenny. I don't know how much longer that man is going to stick around for that, because I'm sure he's going to feel some resentment towards him. I'm pretty sure he'll feel some towards you, and I'm pretty sure he'll feel like, damn, I'm not your therapist, and are you comparing me to Lenny? I really want her to stop. To wrap up the episode, you guys, with Larsa and Marcus are incredibly ridiculous. I tweeted this last week about Marcus and Larsa, that I feel like this relationship is literally just for social media. I feel like it's for social media and just for this show. Because you can be digmatized, but I don't think she's digmatized. I think this is a fake ass relationship. And then we see as they're on their way to this charity event 6 hours later, and Adriana and Marisol are into it with each other. I'm looking forward to it because I've told you guys plenty of times. You guys know it. I don't like Marisol. I actually like Marisol more in the first few seasons of Miami, but this drunk version of Marisol, I don't like her at all. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.